Jack and Ruby Hunt were born a few hundred yards and 4 years apart in Lattimore, North Carolina. Jack's father was the dentist and local businessman, and his mother worked at the post office and later boarded teachers. He had 2 sisters and 1 brother who worked as teachers and in business. Ruby's family worked as farmers and co-owned a cotton gin. Her 3 sisters and 1 brother were involved in farming, teaching, and business ventures. Jack and Ruby graduated from Lattimore High School, and she attended Appalachian State University, where she was elected by her classmates to the May Court. Jack graduated from Wake Forest University and then Emory School of Dentistry. After several years of courtship, they were married in June 1946 and settled in Cliffside, North Carolina, to practice dentistry. World War II broke out, and Jack was called to practice dental surgery at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, in the U.S. Army 311th Medical Station Hospital. They spent 2 years at Fort Bragg before returning to Jack's dental practice in Cliffside, where they began to raise a family and were very involved in their local community. Jack was often asked and good-naturedly agreed to help with community events, including being a flower girl in a womanless wedding to raise money for the Cliffside School. Military service called again during the Korean War, and they returned for 2 more years to the U.S. Army at Fort Bragg, where Jack finished his service as an Army major. He continued to practice dentistry in Cliffside, but he, Ruby, and their family of 5 daughters settled back in Lattimore in the 1950s. They began to get involved in business, eventually creating the Roundup Stores Incorporated, which included several salvage business locations, a convenience store, the Campus Cupboard, and 2 retail stores in Boiling Springs, North Carolina, the Campus Den and Sally's Department Store. In the early 70s, Jack decided to run for the North Carolina House of Representatives and subsequently served in the North Carolina legislature for 22 years. He served in leadership positions, including Chairman of Military and Veterans Affairs, the Committee on Appropriations, and many, many other committees over the years. He served an unprecedented 4 terms as Chairman of Rules and Operations of the House and was elected 4 times as Speaker pro tempore of the House. Jack's many and varied legislative accomplishments were highlighted by the fact that he was never a single-issue politician. His stances were not self-serving, nor was he tied to special interests lobbyists. His legislative issues were numerous and supported the greater good of the citizens of the state of North Carolina. These included the establishment of the South Mountains State Park, the Farmland Use Bill with Bob Falls, the Teaching Fellows Program with Billy Watkins and Liston Ramsey, the Sales Tax Redistribution Bill, which returned more tax revenues to rural counties, including Cleveland, Rutherford, and Polk counties. Support for a bill which required power companies to pay for hydroelectric power at the same rate as steam-generated electricity, which resulted in a significant increase to the town of Lake Lure's income, $600,000 instead of $60,000. A community college satellite for Polk County, the Isothermal Community College radio station, WNCW, at the urging of Dr. Ben Fountain, president, the Cleveland Community College Student Activity Center, appropriation support for North Shelby High School with Edith Lutz, the first dialysis center for Shelby, the 3 strikes and you're in legislation, the OSHA program for North Carolina's workplace safety. Representative Hunt has been involved in many efforts over the years relating to health sciences and health education, including the following: being an initial member of the Medical Manpower Study Commission, and he became a strong supporter in the North Carolina legislature for the establishment of the East Carolina Medical School, when it was not a popular stance among his medical community friends, nor the UNC University system. He served on the initial study commission to create the North Carolina Biotechnology Center, and is the first and only board member emeritus of the North Carolina Biotechnology Center Board of Directors. He initiated the Nurse Education Act in the mid-1980s to enhance the stature of the nursing profession and to encourage more bright students, both men and women, to go into nursing. At that time, the nursing shortage was more acute than the teacher shortage. There were 85,000 nurses then, but half of them were not practicing. He patterned the bill after the Teaching Fellows Program. One of his greatest accomplishments is that he is a confidant and advisor to many people: governors, legislators, friends, neighbors, family, or someone he meets standing in the line of the grocery store. He enjoys people. And as one fellow legislator said, it should be noted that he is a populist, progressive, and willing to take a position. In Raleigh and at home, Jack and Ruby have always been known for bringing people together to get to know each other and to enjoy fellowship. Because, as D.G. Martin wrote in a column, no one can be mad at anyone when Ruby's cooking. Jack and Ruby have spent a lifetime with family, friends, and community service, serving on a variety of boards and organizations, including Shriners, Lattimore Church, First Baptist Church, Gardner-Webb University, Crawley Hospital, County Health Department, and many more. Many honors have come their way over the years. In 1982, the USS North Carolina Battleship Award for outstanding service to veterans. In 1986, the Legislative Leader's Advanced Management Recognition. In 1991, the Legislator of the Year by law enforcement officers. In 1993, the Parents as Teachers Award. In 2004, North Carolina's highest civilian honor, the Order of the Longleaf Pine. And in 2012, Gardner-Webb University conferred the Honorary Doctor of Humanities degree. They continue to support the community in many ways, including the Earl Scruggs Center, the Shelby City Parks Tennis Facility, the Ruby C. Hunt YMCA, and now the Hunt School of Nursing and the Hunt Sisters Scholarship. Jack and Ruby enjoy life on their beautiful farm in every season in Lattimore, surrounded by their Simmenthal Angus cows, jonquils, dogwoods, knockout roses, rolling fields, and a big, beautiful vegetable garden. And they enjoy being surrounded by their growing family of 5 daughters, 5 sons-in-law, 11 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. Firm believers in being involved with their family, friends, and their community, they live by the thought that in all things, the world would be a better place if the power of love replaced the love of power.